Hi Stampers, it's Kelly from Stamping with Kelly, and I'm so glad that you're joining me for this monthly online card club project class. This is a class that's free to anyone that places a $35 minimum order from me in a month. So this is August 2025. If you want this class and you're watching this in the future, please reach out. I probably have extra kits available which you can craft along with at your convenience, and this replay will be available for you forever on YouTube. Facebook is being a little bit stinky about saving the videos past a month, but you can always check it out on YouTube under Stamping with Kelly. So if you are watching this in the future, you can contact me about any of my project kits. And this goes for everyone as well. If you're interested in purchasing past kits, you can actually get them at a discount when you buy 6 or more. So when you purchase them individually as a class, you can get them at $20 per month, and that includes the supplies for 4 to 5 projects. If you're mailing it in Canada, it'll be 3 to 4 projects unless you pay a little bit extra for the postage. Otherwise, the postage is free. But I do this bonus card where you're going to want to make it, I'm sure. You don't want to miss out on anything, right? But for the bonus card, that's available for free when you pick up your projects from my house in South Edmonton, or else the postage is covered in Canada. If you want that 4th card or the 5th card posted, then you just have to pay a little bit extra for that, but that's not a problem. You can just reach out and we'll make that happen. But what I wanted to tell you and remind you is that if you purchase at least 6 months or more, then you get them for $5 off per month. So that means it works out to $15 a month, and that gives you an online class, total supplies except for stamps and ink and adhesives. Sometimes I use some extra products like blending brushes or markers or things like that, but otherwise everything is included in your kit. And then you've got this online class which you can reference for years to come, and you can go back to those amazing techniques. So let me know if you do want any of my last year's couple years of projects. I still do have them available. I'm just going to make sure that we are live. Okay, this looks good. If you guys can see me, please can you cancel? I'm going to be completely honest with you. My brain is in crazy packing mode right now. We leave for Scotland tomorrow for 2.5 weeks. And so we're holding this monthly online card club a little bit early in August, and my brain is in packing mode because that's what I've been doing for the last many days. So you'll have to just forgive me if I'm a little bit weird with my tongue. It's because my head is in 3 different places at once. But I tell you where I need to be right now is focusing on these in colors. So Stampin' Up! Has a special promotion every month. Even demonstrators don't often know what it is. So this is a really exciting one though. I love this promotion because I love these new in colors. So these are our brand new in colors. So the top one there that says the 2025 to 2027, that color band is called Cloud Cover. It's so pretty, and I think that's my favorite new in color. The one that's underneath that is Darling Duckling. And then underneath that and the background color is Secret Sea. Then we've got Strawberry Slush underneath that, and then the orange band at the bottom is Timid Tiger. And right now, these products and any products that include these colors are 15% off. So that means that we've got, of course, the ink and the cardstock and the ribbon and the markers, all of those things that you would expect to be on sale, 15% off. But also any designer series paper that includes those colors. So think about the pears that we used last month, lots of papers from the new catalog, the in colors in there. And then also some brand new kits. There's some past kits too as well, including that pop-up card kit that I showed you last month. Anyways, you guys have to go and check it out to believe it, because there's so many things in that section of the website. So where do you find these things? So go to my online store. Go to stampingwithkelly.stampinup.net, and that's stamping with a G, and Stampin' Up has no G, okay? Then when you go there, just click shop, and then you can see the promotion banner come up. You can click there, or you can see specials, like what's on special right now, and go to that heading, and you'll see all these things that are 15% off right now. There's such a good deal. So, okay, that's our promotion for the month. The promotion that I'm offering with a minimum $100 order is to get this beautiful soft ribbon for free. Now, okay, let me just look at the actual name of it, because I think of it as like a suede kind of texture. You can see there, like there's just so much fuzziness to it, but they call it something very boring. Soft polyester ribbon. Wah wah. It's in the petal pink color, but I think that name is lame. So anyways, I would call it like a suede, like a faux suede kind of a feel, and it's in that beautiful pink color, like a soft pink color, and that's going to go with so many of your projects, and we're going to use it on one of our projects here tonight. So remember, when you purchase $35 minimum, you get your card club projects for free. If you top that up to $100 minimum, which is where you maximize your shipping dollars, by the way, that is going to include the club cards and this ribbon as well. So you'll want to definitely top up your order to make sure that you can take advantage of those freebies. So the other thing that I want to tell you about are the last chance products, which have been updated in the section of my online store. These are products that are not, that we don't call them retiring anymore. We call them last chance. So what it means is that they're not going to be restocked by Stampin' Up! And so whatever they have in inventory is whatever is left. And so this is your last chance to get them. Some of them might be discounted and some of them might not be. This can include items from catalogs, including previous catalogs, and online exclusives. And right now, Sale-A-Bration items have been added as well. So you'll want to make sure that you check that out, because you can get everything before it's gone. I'd like to check out this section like with a thoughtful mind, because often items sit on my wish list for a long time. I know many of you are like this too. You're like, I like that, but like strategically there's other sales, you know, in other months, and so I want to get those, and then I'll get these other ones maybe later. Well, now might be the time. So whenever I'm crafting an order for myself each month, because you guys know I order, like I am my very best customer. So when I'm crafting my order every month, I go to the last chance product section, and that's where I start, because then I can make sure that I pick up those items which are not going to be available to me in the future once they sell out. And the selling out process might take months, or it might take hours, even minutes sometimes. So make sure you take a look on there and pick up those products before they are gone. I should mention as well, Stampin' Up! Has made an announcement that starting in January, they are going to be moving forward with a new type of promotion. So Sale-A-Bration is not going to exist in that way anymore. Sale-A-Bration, for those of you who are joining, was a promotion that we had for many, many years, but Stampin' Up! Is revising their promotion strategy to meet consumer changes. So what they're going to be doing instead is actually similar to something that I've been doing for a really long time, which is a featured special product available with a minimum $100 order, and that product will be available for a price, and I can't remember the price range, and I don't know if they released that, but in January, that's when things are going to be changing. So in January, you know, you'll have a light bulb go off when you are checking out. You're going to say, okay, get to that minimum $35 order so that Kelly will give you her free club cards, right? And then you're also going to think, okay, let's top it up to $100, and then I'm going to get a freebie from Kelly, and I might even get a special product from Stampin' Up! Available at a special price. So I just wanted to let you know about that. So if you're expecting Sale-A-Bration to come around again. It's not, it's changing. Things are changing. The world is changing. And so I'm really excited about this new program because I think it's going to make sense in our brains for that $100 with the shipping, and like that's where the shipping is maximized as well. So just we'll remember that in January, right? And I'll remind you maybe a couple times before then. So Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin is our monthly online subscription service. And so this you sign up for, and you can do you can do a month-to-month subscription, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months at a time with your subscription. And this is so much fun. We get a sneak peek that looks something like this each month, and then delivered to our door as like the most marvelous surprise is a kit. So this is the one that came in July 2025. It's called Sweeter Than You. And in this box comes everything that you need to make some really special projects. Normally it's cards, but there are sometimes like 3D items and things like that. So this Sweeter Than You kit is really adorable, featuring these really cute little strawberries. And you've got the little basket there. You've got like a really nice garden green background there. You got the little hello friend, and then the repeating pattern. So this one actually comes with a few more designs than normal. Typically there are 3 designs and 3 of each. This one is more designs, so 4 designs and 2 of each. And then you get the printed envelopes too. What I love about these kits though is that they actually include a exclusive stamp set. And your first kit actually includes a free block too. The other wonderful thing about these kits is that they include a little Stampin' Spot. Oh, my lights are blowing that one out. This is the garden green color. So this kit includes everything that you need to make these 8 projects, as well as the stamp set and ink, which you can continue using for future projects. And I love this stamp set. It's got the imagery on there so that you can make your own strawberries in the future, and then the little blossoms there too. But for the most part, Paper Pumpkin kits just need a stamped saying on there. But when I have my sayings all filed away, ready to go, I just find that I gravitate towards them even more than normal. I find the sayings are really concise. They're varied for all different occasions. We've got different sizes, and typically in the Paper Pumpkin kits, we'll see images that are stamped images that are even smaller than normal. So I really love the Paper Pumpkin pumpkin kits for that. And speaking of stamp sets, wow, this month's Paper Pumpkin actually includes a bonus stamp set. So if you have subscribed by 2 days ago, sorry guys, the deadline has already passed, but this is the Farmhouse Florals, and you're going to get 2 stamp sets in that box. If you are interested in that, I always order a couple of extra boxes. So you are welcome to reach out to me, and I can put some products aside for you, a box aside for you that we can get to you. Usually I can mail them pretty cheaply without including the box. Sorry, I just had to write myself a note here. I just remembered something that I have to do before I go away. Nothing like brainwave when you're in the middle of an online class. If you sign up for Paper Pumpkin right now, which is very, very easy to do, you can just go onto my website, or you can send me an email. You can even do it through Stampin' Up's website, and just select me as a demonstrator, 𝘾𝙧𝙧𝙀. This is the kit that you will be receiving if you sign up before September 10th. I'm obsessed with these colors. I'm obsessed with the suite that it coordinates with, because I already have that in my hot little hands because I'm a demonstrator and I can pre-order a month early. But you guys, the mini catalog is coming, and just prepare yourselves. Oh my goodness, it's incredible. Like, absolutely amazingly incredible. So just make sure that you are getting this paper pumpkin because you're going to love it. Sorry, I keep remembering little things. I'm going to keep doing that all night, I'm sure, because my brain is all over the place right now. So if you love Paper Pumpkin, as a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can also take advantage of this coordinating add-on. So this add-on is available for purchase, and it includes dies that coordinate with 3 months of Paper Pumpkin. So this would be the ones from July, August, and September. I remembered something else. You guys, I wish, yeah. I'm glad that you're joining me in this chaos. Okay. You guys are commenting along. It's so good to see you. Looks good, sounds good. Priscilla, you're my angel when you tell me that. Thank you. Can see and hear you. Oh, you're so sweet, Michelle. Yeah, the night before my trip is a little intense. But you know what? We are doing an overnight flight tomorrow, so we don't leave for the airport until a little bit later. So I was figuring, like, I could totally do this. Yeah, squirrel. There's a few squirrels here. Can we turn it into green? Oh yeah. Remember something that she had? Okay, you guys are doing this as a drinking game. You guys have to have 3 shots already because there are 3 items on my post-it note already. Okay. So before I get into everything that we are talking about here, and you guys are cracking me up, that I think is hilarious. And I can't wait to tell my husband. I had a customer reach out to me and ask me about how I assemble larger stamps. So I was looking around in my collection, and these are the largest ones that I could find. Sorry, Mary Ellen, but this technique will work for any type of stamp, okay? So, or any size of stamp, I should say. So when you are assembling the stamps, these are the ones that have the red rubber and that have the little sticker piece that come in them. And sometimes it's tricky to get them to lie flat if you assemble it differently. So sometimes if you put the sticker on the way that they show you with the instructions here in the inside of the cover, who reads instructions anyways, you will get warping. So you might actually have your stamp naturally warped, so it's sitting like this, or it's sitting like that. Well, if you imagine putting on a stamp onto your block that's already warped like this, it's probably not going to ink evenly. So what we want to do is mitigate that problem, and that's, I find, is the easiest by applying the label in a little bit of a different way. So okay, you could follow those instructions or like listen to me, whatever you want to do. But what I would do is actually peel this sticker off and place it right onto your block, okay? Then you can peel off the backing. And sorry, we get the curving happening often because this sticker, when it's applied to the rubber, ends up pulling it in a certain way, like either arcing it or bowing it. But if we take it off and we make sure that it's stuck nice and flat to our block, then we can peel this backing off of your rubber, align the stamp, and then just press it on. And that means that it's going to go on very evenly, okay? So let me show you the other way of doing it, and I'm going to try my best not to mess it up. I do sometimes apply the labels like this, but you can do either way. So it would be taking off the backing here and then taking off these 2 pieces here. So this is as per Stampin' Up's instructions that they have on the inside of the cover here. So they're saying to lay it down, but when you lay it down like this, just be careful not to like warp it on. I'm just going to try and keep it level. The problem comes when you put it onto it by like bit by bit. So imagine that I'm over top of this label here, but I'm not going to do it. It's when you kind of peel it on just like that. Whereas I'm just going to lay it level and then put it on like that, and then I won't have that warping problem happen. But if you are putting it on by bending your stamp, you are going to end up with a warped stamp every time, and usually that results in a blurry stamped image. So now I've got this done, I can get rid of that. Or, you know, some people might keep it and keep it as like a transfer film. You can definitely do that as well. But I hope that that makes sense. I like using it with the block because you're wanting to stamp with it anyways, right? So when you put it together by putting the sticker onto the block first and then using the block to lay it on to and pick up the rubber piece, then you're ready to start stamping anyway. So it's kind of intuitive to do it that way, I think. Okay, our card club projects. Are you guys ready for this? Oh, look at this. My light is shifted somehow. And now I have this little piece of vellum here trying to take away the glare. There you go. The first project is a bonus project for people who picked up their supplies from my house. Or if you had your projects mailed, then you would have to pay a little bit extra for that. But I'm happy to do that as well. It just, I include a bonus project for people who pick up because I don't want to spend money on postage. I hate that. But obviously, if you live out of town, then I have to post it to you. And I want to make sure that it's accessible to everyone and that I'm doing that as an included fee. But you just won't get the bonus project. So if you want the bonus project, you live out of town, just reach out to me. It's a couple bucks extra every month. Okay, we are going to be using a really fun kit for our bonus project. This is not a paper pumpkin. Usually you'll see me using paper pumpkins as my bonus project, but this one is actually from our kits collection. It's called The Best Destination and includes 9 cards as well as a really cute stamp set. The stamp set here has a bunch of different sayings. It also has little birds in the distance. Oh, come on, lighting. Can we do this? Little birds in the distance. Can you guys see that there? Little stars twinkling in the sky, some clouds, and the moon. So if you have something in your collection that will work, I'm going to show you actually this one that doesn't have the plastic over it because it gets a little bit of a glare. So the projects here, there's 3 different styles, and they're a trifold kind of card, which is really fun. This one, this design, the stamping includes just stamping those little clouds in the background and the saying. With this card here for the train, they're stamping the stars, the moon, and the saying. Again, if you don't have the images, you can just use sayings, and I'm sure it will still look really beautiful. And then this one here, these little birds are stamped and the saying. So again, if you've got little birds, little clouds, moon, and stars, that's great. And if you don't, that's okay too. I have one of these kits left. If you want it, let me know. I love this kit. So it's $33. It gives you 9 projects as well as a block, gorgeous grape ink pad, which is the matchy color if you guys are wanting to dig that out of your collection. And then also this really cute stamp set. And I tried to find other ones from my stash, my current stash, that have these types of images, but there aren't too many. So this one here includes planes. This is Everyday Arches. It includes planes, a little hot air balloon, and these birds. So I used those birds on this project here. And you can just see those little like swallows coming through. I love the embossing on the clouds. Like there's a little bit of a sheen on those. So if you have birds, you can pop them in there. This one here also has birds. This is Sunrise Sailing. This bird here can be used like this or upside down to make it look like there's a whole flock of them. If you're looking for clouds, Scenic Adventure has these great clouds here. I use those ones on this. I love the matching envelopes too, aren't they great? This train one here. So these clouds are in the background, and the Snow on the Mountains are embossed on this one. Great little trifold there too. So I'm going to use those same clouds onto the sailboat card that I'm going to craft for you here. So Scenic Adventure is the one. I'm using a bunch of different sayings. This one here, the Everyday Art, just has some great sayings too. So embrace the journey, and I thought that one really was perfect for this little car that's loaded up with a whole bunch of stuff on the roof. And thanks fit very nicely on this little tag here. The tags are a little bit smaller, and then I'm actually using the hello, and that's going to fit perfectly on my last little tag here. So I've got my clouds, and I did have my ink pad. There it is. It's hiding. So I'm using Gorgeous Grape. So if you guys want to grab that out of your collection, but honestly, what might even work better would be like a soft gray. They say that the coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors are Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Pretty Peacock, Misty Moonlight, Cajun Craze, Gorgeous Grape, which is the color of the ink pad that was included in the kit, Balmy Blue, Shaded Spruce, Fresh Freesia, and Coastal Cabana. But to be honest, I think a basic gray would be probably your best bet for doing the sayings and everything on all of these different projects. So, okay, look at you guys. I've gone like maybe 5 minutes without writing anything on my list. How amazing is that? If I talk about the list at all, is it a drinking game, or only when I add something to the list? Oh, you guys are hilarious. Okay, the one fold comes already done so that it could fit into the packaging from Stampin' Up! But you'll want to make sure you really burnish the edge of that other crease that's provided for you. And these cards are so cute. So this one reminds me of Cinque Terre. That makes me so happy. And I just know exactly who I'm going to give this card to, because my mom is heading to Italy with her partner right after. She's actually extending our trip. She's going to Scotland first. Oh, I should say why I'm going to Scotland. You guys, my sister's getting married again. It's to the same man. We're just going to celebrate with his family. So we're heading to Scotland as a big, huge group. All my extended family is going. And we're heading there for her wedding, which will be this coming Saturday, in his hometown. So he grew up in Leven in Scotland, which is just north of Edinburgh. So we're going to be there. I'm bringing my dress, my maid of honor dress, and we're going to be partying it up with all of his family. And I'm so excited to meet all of them and to experience his culture. But we are extending the trip and traveling all over the Highlands, over to the Isle of Skye. We're going to Fort William and even Stirling area, and then ending our trip in Edinburgh again, doing a whole city tour. So it's going to be pretty incredible. I'm bringing out a little scrap piece of paper here just because I feel like my very juicy ink pad is coming up with a gorgeous grape color that's very dark. So I just want it to be a little bit lighter, and I'm just going to stamp that over the top here. Oh yes, that's much better. Can you guys see the difference here? So this is a full strength, and this is stamped off and then stamped onto the paper. So remember that about your ink pads. They have the ability to create many colors of varying intensity. So you can utilize the Stampin' Off technique, and you can stamp off 1, 2, 3 times even and create this different look. So this hello just fits on there. Isn't that cute? I like how the O is tilted sideways. It's just that like little bit of a fun change of things. Okay, and I'm just checking the project here, and they've actually done a little bow in behind this tag. so that you're just seeing the loops kind of coming out. And I'll flip that over now that it's dry. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We've been planning this trip for, oh my goodness, it's been 2 years, because, well, even maybe longer than that, because they had a 2-year engagement, which felt like eternity, but of course, time is passing by us faster than ever before. Do you find that too? I feel like we're in fast forward a little bit here. But we had a 2-year engagement, my sister, and then they knew that this was going to happen a year after. So I guess we've kind of been planning it for 3 years. So fun. Yes, enjoy the bagpipes. You know, that's an acquired taste, but I think, you know, when in Rome, as they say, when in Scotland, I will treasure those bagpipes, and then I will come home and not need to hear them for a little while, maybe. There is something called the military tattoo in Edinburgh, and it's going on right now. And it's this huge performance, like hundreds of bagpipers playing at once. And they march through the streets of Edinburgh kind of after the performance, but it's held at the castle, kind of in a makeshift pop-up tent. Oh my goodness, you guys, my arm is all purple. My ink got all over me. Okay, as I'm working behind the scenes here, I'll tell you about the military tattoo, but it is an incredible show, and they even have drummers from around the world and pipe bands from around the world. And so my brother and sister-in-law are taking their kids on their arrival day. So we arrive and we fly out of Calgary at 7 at night, and then we will arrive in Edinburgh at 10 in the morning. But of course you can't get into your accommodations until usually 3 or 4. So that's the time that we are going to be getting in there. Look, I just found a little mistake. I've got dimensionals popping through there. So I'm just going to relocate this a little bit so that I can cover that up. Do I need to go with a smaller one maybe? So instead of, you know, what we're doing, we're taking our young kids and we're going to go to 3 castles on the way to our accommodation. But my brother and sister-in-law are actually going to take their kids to the military tattoo that starts at 9 o'clock at night. Will you please send some well wishes their way, because seriously, that feels like so much to me, but I'm excited for them to be, you know, doing everything that they can while they're in Scotland. This is the best destination kit. Now remember, this is from our kits collection. You can tell because it's got black on the bottom, not orange in this bar here. And this is no longer available from Stampin' Up, but you can get one from me for $33. That doesn't include postage if you do need it shipped out of town. All right, there's our first project in the bag. Our first official club card project is going to look something like this. Might be in a different color scheme though. Might be more in like the neutrals and blues. You might not have this color. You might have the basic beige. Okay, this one here is featuring this gorgeous set. It's called 𝘾𝙧𝙙𝙬 Inspirations is the name of the suite. And the mentality of this, I think that Stampin' Up! Actually does a little write-up in here. So let me see if I can get their little write-up. Okay, so on page 60 of your catalog, I'm just going to read it out here. So what's 𝘾𝙧𝙬? 𝘾𝙧𝙬 is a traditional Japanese technique of repairing broken pottery with gold lacquer. The mended gold veins become a celebration of imperfection instead of hiding it. We love that philosophy. And you know what? Something happened to this card here that took it to the next level. And I thought it was a little bit of a karma situation, but I had ink on my fingers, and look at you guys. I have a little fingerprint there in the dark blue color, just to really embody the fact that nothing is perfect, even especially when you're making handmade cards, right? And you can't control all the factors. I can't control all the factors in my life, but I'm going to celebrate the action, the living of life. And that includes getting fingerprints on my beautiful white designer series paper. Okay, this card here is a bookbinding design. So we've done something like this before where you've got scoring here at an extra 1.25 inches. But this one actually includes a little bit of like a pop open as well. So on the inside, we've got another bowl there and an opportunity to stamp a little saying on the inside too. So you might want to grab a saying set that has 2 parts to it. Now my favorite one, I just put down on the floor here. This is one that I've been using every month, but you know what, you guys? Today I'm doing something a little bit different. So the right words would be a great one if you have this one in your collection. This one has thinking of you and then ... a lot, so you can put it on the inside. I miss you already, you could put on the outside and then say, I really don't like that you're leaving, but I hope you love where you're going. Or happy birthday to someone worth celebrating every single day. So there's really a lot here, but the one that I love the most is I wish I had the right words for a time like this. And then on the inside you can put, but just know how much I love and care about you. Oh, so special. So along those lines, I'm actually using the Inspiring Imperfections stamp set, which is a part of this suite. And I don't have the dies in my drawer here, but it has the dies to go along with it. So you can see here that it includes the large and the small vase, bowl, pottery, and those can both be cut out from the dies. And then it also has these little cracks, which you can stamp over the top and emboss it with gold if you wanted to do it that way and truly show that inspired kintsugi technique, methodology. What do you call it? Okay, we're going to take our packet here. We've got a piece of 6x6, and then we've got all these little goodies in the packet. So I always put them into my little piece here. A reminder that these are very reusable, like for so many things. Not only can you store your cards in them and keep them from getting bent layers or embellishments falling off, you can actually use these to mail in Canada too. I also use these for storing embellishments, storing layers of paper, die cuts, sayings, things like that I've stamped. So just make sure that you're keeping those and using them over and over and over again. Okay, so we're going to score it, like burnish it in half, and then burnish along the score line here to fold this bookbinding open. When we put this card together, this piece here will be adhered on, and then this piece will be the only part that opens. That's why we call it a bookbinding, okay? So let's start putting together our pieces. We can start with the designer series paper and then whatever mat goes along with it. It might be the blue mat if you're working with the white designer series paper. I've got the blue designer series paper on this one. So I've got the basic beige mat. And it's a very thin mat, so just make sure you are kind of wiggling it and straightening it as you go. Some people like to use the Tombow multi-adhesive because they find that for applying something like this, they can stick it onto the card and then use their thumbs or their fingers to kind of twist it and put it into shape. I just love going along with the Stampin' Seal, so you'll see me use that primarily. I'm going to put this now onto my card front, and that just gets centered into this square section. You can tell which parts go in which pieces. I don't worry too much about the distance here. I worry about making top, right side, and bottom all equal. We're going to do the same thing with this little piece of designer series paper. And that's going to go onto, again, the same, whatever matte color you've got, be it the darker blue, which is actually the Misty Moonlight. And this one is the basic beige. So I'm going to stick that on there. And now I'm going to use this ribbon. And you guys, isn't this ribbon beautiful and soft? This is my gift with a minimum $100 order this month. You'll get a full spool of 10 yards of this ribbon. And it's just so pretty. And you're right, Priscilla, they are using petal pink in so many designer series papers. So it's really going to go with a lot. I'm just doing a little knot, kind of maybe 1.5 inches in from the one side, so that when I wrap it around, it just adds a little bit of extra visual interest. Okay. So to wrap it around, I'm putting a little bit of my Stampin' Seal. You could do a glue dot as well. And I'm going to hold that on there. And then I'm going to open up my card, and I can use my Stampin' Seal just a little bit here and there. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit more heavy duty sticking power and use my tear and tape. So the tear and tape is exactly that. It's this fabulous adhesive in a tape form that all you have to do is just tear. So I'm putting it along the top and the bottom. That's going to hold this beautiful ribbon really tightly. And then just in the edge that's going to be adhered down over here. So you don't have to do it closer to the fold crease. Just do it where you will have the most force. So now I'll use my take your pick tool to peel off the backing here. And if you have some tape that likes to come up, just try pressing it down with your fingernail before peeling it off. All right, so now we've got that book binding in place. Now let's work on our pop-up maybe. Okay, so I've got this scored at 3 inches going vertical and then 3 inches going horizontal on a piece of 6 by 6 inch paper. Can you guys feel the difference of this cardstock? This is our two-tone cardstock, and I just love it, especially for something like this. My camera's probably not going to pick this up, but this is 2 shades of Old Olive in one piece. So you can choose whether you want the light side showing or the dark side showing, and you can see, I think it's the darker side that actually coordinates with the cardstock. So this is our 8.5 by 11 cardstock. The two-tone cardstock comes 12 by 12. You can get it in assorted packs, or you can get it as individual packs if you want more of the same color. But think about it as more than just usable for scrapbooking, say. This is coming in a 12 by 12 format, so it almost works like a designer series paper when you're doing your cutting configurations. And you guys know I'm a little bit nutso about optimizing paper, and so for me, the 12 by 12 does not replace the 8.5 by 11. You can feel the difference, and they're usable for different things. So when you are layering things on your card, why not use the 12 by 12? This two-tone cardstock is a little bit less expensive and has a little bit less weight. And so you can use it on layering pieces that are maybe pieces that are being hidden, or layers on top of your cardstock base. And then I really like using the thicker cardstock, which you can feel. This is the 8.5 by 11. I use that as my cardstock base. But that being said, sometimes we do make cards with a designer series paper base. So it is possible to use this lighter weight two-tone 12 by 12 cardstock as your cardstock base, and you can do lots of fun folds that way too. So just explore the possibilities, open your mind, and try to shift your thinking into, you know, having this in your collection, even if you're not a scrapbooker. I think this is going to appeal to everyone. So that's a long story about this piece of paper, but what we're going to do is fold it along the scored lines that I've got, and you're going to open it up and fold it along the other one. And then we're going to make one more fold, and that is to do a diagonal. And it's pretty tricky to do a score line for that, so I thought I would leave it up to you. And what we're going to do is just make sure that that point really lines up, and then you can score along this beautiful line here. Okay, so now that we've got that, we can tell that this is going to go together in our card by folding these little points inside to make a little square. Okay, so the square is what's going to end up on the inside of this card, and it's going to open with the points up and down. So before we get this into our card though, it's easier to do our little bit of stamping on this sheet before it goes in. So you're going to grab your frame. You might have this rectangle, which magically fits in there so perfectly. You might have a circle like the one that I have, or you might have more of like a hexagon shape, I think it is. But what you're going to do is separate these two pieces. This piece with the white is going to end up as a tag on the front with our saying, and then this piece that's a frame is going to go on the inside here, and we're going to stamp a saying on the inside and then put our smaller bowl there. So to put this on, I like using a little bit of Tombow, and I'm not even squeezing, it's just coming out. You don't need very much of it, and you don't want a lot of it either. If you find you have like a little bit of a glob, just grab a piece of scrap. It can be whatever. I'm even going to just use a little bit of my tear and tape backing here to just smooth it out a little bit. Easy peasy. You just don't want it to be sticking out along the front. Tombow glue is a fabulous glue that has a few different features. When it dries, it actually dries tacky. So you can use it for even like cards that you want to stick together and create like almost like a soft glue dot kind of effect to keep it closed. But with this, I don't want any of my over gluing to be sticking this card together and possibly breaking apart the paper. Okay, so I've got my little circle there. I'm going to break my rule that I kind of have and do something a little bit non-traditional, and that is put a dimensional on the inside of the card. Yes, this card ends up being a little bit thick. It doesn't fold together and hold close perfectly, but you know what? That's okay with me too. I think maybe that's the essence of this card, is becoming okay with things that you're not okay with. And I don't know why I'm having to learn that and live that in a few different ways, but the message is coming through loud and clear. This is Misty Moonlight ink. So you can use whatever colors that you want: old olive, Misty Moonlight, basic beige, the petal pink. Those would all work. You could do a gray. That would work really well too. But I'm going to do this kind of a look here. So I've got my bowl. I'm going to put that on there, but I've got my little saying from Inspiring Imperfections. So I've got, thanks for helping me through this difficult time, that I'm going to put on the outside. Oh, I think I'm going to do that. Oh, no, I'm doing something different. I'm going to put, there is beauty in your history. And then on the inside, I'm going to put, I know you'll get through this and be stronger for it. Ooh, I like that. So fun. So, okay, let me switch gears here. I'm just pulling these stamps off. That, I think, is a really pretty saying. And that, along with this technique of like the kintsugi, is really a fun idea. Like a different sentiment, right? So I'm going to put this on one side of my block, and where's the other one? This one. The other side. There we go. So you'll often see me, I have so many sets of blocks, you guys, but they're always somewhere or another, not right in front of me. So you'll often see me double mounting. That means mounting a saying on one side and then mounting another saying on the other side. So if you see me doing that, it's because you know, I'm just not quite organized enough to have everything at my reach. Ooh, this is a very inky ink pad. I'm just doing a little stamp. If you're worried about, just a little tap tap is what I'm trying to say. If you're worried about over inking or what your stamp is going to look like, use a scrap piece of paper. That's your best friend. And you can just keep one on hand. I really like the little grid papers that Stampin' Up! Sells. And those work really, really well. I'm going to put this beautiful little bowl just to the side like this. And I think I'm going to put this actually on the green. For this one, I put it actually on the bowl. That's a lot of green on green on that card there. But I'm going to put this on with just some more of that Tombow. What I should have done maybe is put some adhesive sheets on the back of this. I'm just realizing this now. That would have been nice. This is more of the two-tone paper. So it also works really well with die cuts that are, you know, a little bit more detailed. Okay, and then while that's drying, I don't want to close it up quite yet. I've got another little piece of white here that's going to go on the inside, so I can write my little message there too. Wow, what a beautiful sentiment. I know you'll get through this and be stronger for it. That's beautiful. And you could do that for so many different occasions in a person's life. Unfortunately, people are tested, you know, quite often. And it's nice to recognize that and to honor it as a part of, you know, what happens in life. So this one here, I think I'm going to do this just off to the side a little bit. So there is beauty in your history. Ooh, that looks so good. And now I'm done with my ink, so I'm definitely going to close that up because this is just has the possibility to make me very, very inky here. And sure enough, last time I was purple, now I'm blue. I'm going to be a rainbow at the end of all of this. Okay, so there's beauty in your history. I'm putting this on with dimensionals. Surprise, surprise. And this little piece here, I'm going to put on kind of underneath. I might even put it on top. I don't know. Let's take a look. So you got your little tag. These are incredible tags. I just think they're genius. And it comes with so many different shapes in the pack. And everyone have a drink because I'm going to write a note about the tags with gold on the supply sheet. There we go. You're up to 4 drinks, you guys. If you're playing catch up, the ladies tonight have decided that we are doing my scattered brain as a drinking game. So my head is here, there, and everywhere about my Scotland trip and packing and all the things that I need to do before we leave tomorrow. But you get to play along. Okay, so I'm putting this over top here. Oh, I'm gonna have to put this over just a little bit. If you put something on and you need to move it, oftentimes you can twist the dimensionals and get them off. And if you can't get it off like that, just huff on it, breathe on it, and then that will actually soften the adhesive. And you can usually take it off without bending the paper at all. Okay, so a friend was asking me today, what am I most excited about for Scotland? Well, a few different things. My family embraced my, oh, I put that on the wrong side. I've got to put it on this side instead. my family embraced my planning skills. I tend to be a little bit of an over planner, and I love trip planning. And they just embraced me completely. So they allowed me to book a whole bunch of fun things for my family to do. What some of the funnest things and most unique things that we're going to do, in addition to all the castles and everything that Scotland has to offer. I'm going to put this on top. You can see this one here I put underneath, actually. I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. But we're going to a lot of castles. We're going to see a lot of beautiful rolling hills and hikes and restaurants and fun things that I've booked. But 3 really fun things that I have booked for us are when we arrive, we're going to take our kids, and I found a farm that we're going to go to, and we are going to go pet and brush and cuddle. Oh my goodness, why isn't this coming out? I'm worried that it's going to glob. Oh yeah, there we go. We're going to go to a farm that has hairy Scottish coos. Those are the Highland cows that you'll see like all over postcards and things like that. And we're going to go into the paddock with the cows and cuddle them and brush them and take care of them. I'm really excited about experiencing that with the kids. And then I've also organized a really fun activity. Yes, Highland cows, woo! Priscilla's got the drink symbol. Okay, but also like protect yourselves because you might be loaded at the end of this. I will hug them all for you for sure. These cows are just adorable, and apparently the ones that we're going to see are really, really friendly, and they just love people. So I'm excited about us going there with them. I'm putting these on just like how I normally do, 1, 2, and then another 3rd one down at the bottom. Then we're also going to a sheepdog herding demonstration on an actual farm up near Inverness. And this is like a sheep farm that's been around for, gosh, hundreds of years. And they are going to do a demonstration for us. So a dog will go out into the field. I'm putting this on with some really nice strong adhesive, the tear tape. So the dog is going to go out into the field and collect the 6 sheep and herd them back into a little paddock, just like they do for competitions, using calls and whistles and commands from the farmer. So I'm really excited for us to see that. I also got us booked in for a little show in Inverness about the history of Scotland. And what else am I super excited about? Oh, our last night is actually going to be dinner in one of Scotland's oldest pubs. There's a little bit of like a competition going for the oldest pub in Scotland, but this one claims to be the oldest pub in Edinburgh. And so we're going to go there for dinner, and then we're going to hike over Arthur's Seat, which is an extinct dormant volcano. It was actually just on fire yesterday. I think there was a fire that broke out up there. But we're going to hike over that and look over the city of Edinburgh as the sun is setting. And I'm so excited. And yes, haggis tasting is going to be involved as well. We are going to do... there's that show that I'm going to with my little family, just the 4 of us, and it's the history of Scotland, and it's going to give us a tasting of a whole bunch of different Scottish delicacies like haggis, so I'll keep you posted. Okay, when you're putting this in, just make sure that you're putting it in, obviously in the proper way so that your card folds open, and things are all as they should be. So I've got 2 strips of tear and tape on the front and the back. I've got all of the backing off right now because I'm going to just put this in, and I'm going for it here. It's going to be nestled right against this fold, and you can kind of even tuck it in if you want, and then it's going to hit right at the top and the bottom and also the right hand side. So this is a folded 3" by 3" square at this point, down from its regular 6" by 6", and turned on the diagonal. It's perfect for, oh, I just lost a light. It's perfect for putting inside a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch opening for your card. So I'm just going to close that up, and I like to not get ink on the front, so I'm going to press on the back side here and really push down, and then now we have the card opening up with its fun little points. You can even put other things on here too if you wanted. We've done a pop-up style like this before where we've had, you know, things jumping or planes flying or things like that, so you can use this, but I really like this technique here where it just kind of opens up and has something interactive with this bookbinding fold. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, that's that one. Doo-doo-doo. There we go. And these little flat back pearls, I think is what we call them. Where are they? Low profile dots. Well, you know, you win some, you lose some, Kel, but that was not the saying at all. But low profile dots is what these are called. They're in the petal pink color. So guess what? Even the pink would match this ribbon. But on this card, we're using that gold, which just pops so much. It almost plays a trick on my eyes, thinking that that dot is even more 3D than I kind of, than it actually is. Okay, so where do you get these products? Some of them are from the annual catalog, and those are on page 59 for the 𝘾𝙧𝙬𝙬 Inspirations. And this is that die set that I was talking about. So you get the vases, which in this case I used to cut out the designer series paper. These vases come pre-printed and they all have the gold embossing on there already, so it's really nice to have that already done for you. You can also get the stamp set, which has, in addition to the incredible sayings that are quite unique, it also has the 2 vases or pottery pieces, and then the crack that you can put over the top, this beautiful flower, and even smaller flower. And then these pieces here are the ones that we used kind of putting over top of the vases. And then this one is underneath the vase, I guess. The coordinating embellishments for this suite are the gold pieces that we used last month on that sunflower card, and they're super shiny bright gold, and they're almost even blowing out my camera there. It's like not even wanting to focus on them, but they have a little bit of a texture to them, and they are made of plastic. Super shiny gold. There's also an embossing folder which will give this look of the pieced together parts of different pottery pieces, so that you really get the full effect of this kintsugi. I sure hope that I'm saying that properly. My apologies if I'm not. The designer series paper is more than just the cracked pieces though. You've got that gorgeous embossing on there, and then on the back side you've got a little bit of a softer pattern. So we've got that petal pink on there. You've also got some kind of vines and branches, some more misty moonlight. This is a really fun piece here. It's got the gold embossing on there. The back side has a little bit of a lighter color. I think that's our new cloud cover, actually. So you might want to check and see if this one's on sale. It might be 15% off. Cloud cover is in there, so who knows? Take a look, because that in color sale is really awesome. The other stamp set that I didn't use, but I wanted to tell you about again, is the Right Words. If you're looking for something to keep you stamping throughout all of Card Club projects for this round until the end of December, this is a great one here. It's going to give you lots of options for the different sayings for the inside and the outside of the project. And just a reminder to take a look at the two-tone cardstock, because I used it for the petal pink here, and then also on this little pointy opening piece as well. The other thing that you can get online are these gold frames. Now there's 2 different types. I don't have them right here. There's two different products. One of them has the frames and one of them doesn't. So the tags do not have the frames that you can separate and use them on their own, but you will want the foiled frames. And that caught me by surprise a little while ago. So just make sure you're not making the same mistake as me. And then those little dots that I showed you, those low profile dots, those are available as an online exclusive. Okay, next card. We've got a really fun and simple project actually for you. So this is using a heavily patterned paper, which has a lot going on. And then we are going to make it super, super simple and clean in the center. If you want to, you can take it up a notch by adding some color, but I'm going to leave it as the essence of this white on white kind of technique. So the paper that I'm using is the Mixed Media Florals, which is an online exclusive. You might have recognized this one because this 12 by 12 sheet, you can actually turn into card front. So you can do it like a 4" by 5 1/4 and put that onto a card front and then just stamp a little saying there, add a little bit of ribbon or a couple of embellishments, and then you can get 6 card fronts out of this sheet of paper. Sorry if these are distracting you. If you wanted to go 4" by 4", you can actually get 8 of these. The last square 4" by 4" is not very exciting on this side, but I tell you what, the other side is really pretty too, so don't discount that. So you've got that piece there. You've got some black and whites that you can color yourselves. You've got these little swatches, and the back sides are really exciting. But I focused on 3 different paper patterns for this project, and these ones all featured like a distinct black outline and then saturated bright colors. So with that, I thought, what if I played with, you know, doing the outside border as being really, really colorful, and then the inside being a white on white technique. So this one here is just so elegant. I really love this card, and it's so easy to make that I actually prepped a whole bunch of extras just for me to make and have on hand, because like I said, it's great to have a simple card that you can make quite a few of. So starting with our cardstock base, which, can you guys, I wonder if you can guess what color this is. It might surprise you. Oh, Priscilla is doing a confession in the comments here. She's confessing that I actually don't mind haggis the few times I've had it. Oh, good. I'm excited. What is it? Like, it's kind of the offal of an animal. So not awful like it tastes awful, but awful like OFFEL, which is I think the brains, no, not the brains, heart, lungs, something else, heart, lungs, something of a sheep, cooked in a sheep's bladder. So how does that sound? Have you guys figured out what color this is for the cardstock back yet? I'm giving you time to write it in. I want to see if anyone can guess it. It's a Stampin' Up! Color. You know I wouldn't do that to you. But it is maybe something different than what you would have expected. So this piece here comes from the die pack to go along with that beautiful floral paper. We've got a stamp set called Mixed Florals. And this has this beautiful line art images that you can color, or you can leave as just kind of a black and white or outline. You can watercolor them too. And then the dies actually cut out a whole bunch of different shapes. It will cut out the outline of these stamped pieces here, or the stamped sprig, the little ladybugs, and this little branch here. And then there's one more die, which apparently didn't get included here. Sorry about that. But I'll show you exactly what it cuts out because I have it right here. This is the other die, and it's a standalone. is just beautiful. And we're going to put that one right onto our white paper. So if you didn't like white on white, okay, how can you change this? Well, you could use your blending brushes with some green ink. Maybe you wanted to match the ink. Old Olive is a coordinating color in there. Let me see what other ones. Old Olive, Granny Apple Green, Mossy Meadow is there. Oh, it's not saying Old Olive, but I know it's in there. They can't deny me. There's also Shy Shamrock in there. And so that's one way, is that you could color the actual die cut. Or if you wanted, you could put a blending brush on the white background and just put a pop of color there to really contrast this white die cut over the top. So we can do any of those things, or none of those things, like what I'm going to do. It's not because I'm lazy. I actually do want to showcase that technique. So I'm going to use more of my Tombow multi-adhesive and just put little bits of it. I'm not doing the tips here, because you can see the tips are actually going to extend over top of my black frame. So starting here, and you'll have about 1 centimeter at the bottom that will not be used. We're just going to cut that off. So no worries, don't have to put adhesive down at the bottom. You can use that as like a sort of handle. And there's a few different ways that you can actually put on Tombow adhesive. One way is by using a nozzle like that. Another way is to use a silicone mat or even your dimensional backing sheet here. And just by kind of tapping it, and then you can move it along like that. Tap off the excess. You could use a sponge dauber even to kind of pounce it along the back, or if you don't want to use a special sponge dauber, you can use just a piece of sponge, like regular sponge. So then I'm going to place this just onto here. Oh, look at that. I've got a little string. That's okay. I don't need that. I'll just pull that off. And I want it to be on there, but even lifted in some places, right? Flipping it over, you can really easily see where to glide your scissors along to trim off the excess there. Okay, we got a haggis update here. Priscilla says it's sheep stomach, but it tastes just like whatever seasoning it's cooked in. Just ignore the logic and get over the mental barrier. Yeah, some things in life, especially when you travel, right? You just have to kind of live in the moment and suspend overthinking and participate fully, right? Okay, I'm just gluing down a couple of those little pieces that are wanting to lift up. Okay, has nobody guessed this color? If you can have bragging rights in the future by going onto the YouTube and putting the color name down. Do you guys see this color, this blue background? It's kind of different. I'll give you a hint. It was a current color before. It's not available from Stampin' Up! Right now. So, does that help you? I'm going to put my little dimensionals here. Okay, let's see if anyone gets the hint with that. Okay, so I've got my little dimensional border pieces. That's why they look all weird. They're not hexagons anymore. They're all my bits and pieces. And I'm going to put this onto the front of my card here. I'm going kind of further into the bottom left. You can put it wherever you want. Maybe you want it centered. You just have to make sure that these pieces aren't overhanging the side of it. Otherwise, that gets a little tricky because you can't get it into the envelope. Okay, I might have to just flat out tell you guys, hey, I don't know. What stamp sets are we going to use for the sayings? Well, that's a very good question. I'm happy you asked. I've got 4 here that I pulled out because the coordinating one that goes with that stamp, or so that that design series paper doesn't have any sayings in it. It's a visuals only, no sayings. So you could use beautiful motifs. This one has some really beautiful sayings there. I'm here for you always. That's a nice one too. Thank you for everything. Thinking of you. Those would all fit on this great tag. I love this tag shape. It's so versatile. This love and strength one was the one that really caught my eye because it's okay if all you did today was breathe. And then I thought this flower really looked kind of like the flowers in the designer series paper. So I even stamped that on the inside here, just with some Memento ink, the black ink. I'm here for you, sharing love and strength this season. You matter, and then as a two-parter, you could put this on the inside. Even when your brain tells you otherwise, or there is hope even when your brain tells you otherwise. This is a really great stamp set. Unbounded Love is another one that has a lot of kind of build your own sayings, as well as some sayings that are put together already. So my heart goes out to you. May all your may all your wishes come true. That's a fun one. Maybe we do that. With sympathy, oh, I do like a good sympathy card. There's also Wonderful Thoughts. This one has so many sayings. And you guys know, with Card Club, every month you're going to need sayings for all of the projects. So if you haven't already got Wonderful Thoughts, Beautiful Motifs, Love and Strength, and Unbounded Love, pick those ones up. And those are really going to do you well for many, many of the projects. Which one am I going to do? I don't know. I kind of want to do this Love and Strength one again, but I think I should switch it up. Are you guys doing a birthday card for this one? Or sympathy? What are you thinking? With sympathy, I think, is what I'm feeling. Because unfortunately, those are the cards that you always need. Where is it? Do you guys ever have a hard time with looking at it backwards? There it is. Like reading backwards, especially with cursive. Oh, Michelle, she put in a vote for Balmy Blue. No, not Balmy Blue. This is a retired Stampin' Up! Color that just left us, actually. It just retired in this last catalog, and it's actually one of my favorite blues that we've ever had. It's almost like a really fun, like periwinkle kind of color. Can you guys think of the name? Of course, Stampin' Up's always got the alliteration, so you got blue right, but there's another word that it actually is. Okay, I'm going to put my little stamped image on the inside here. I'm using Memento ink for my saying and also for my image on the inside. So with sympathy happening in the middle here. There we go. That cursive just looks so pretty along with this designer series paper. Oh, goodness me, you guys. You're not guessing very much here. Shall I just tell you? It's boho blue. Coordinating with this paper because this paper was released as an online exclusive before that product or that color was discontinued. So there you go. And if you're ever looking for retired in colors, first of all, take a look on my website because they might still be available in that last chance section. Or if they're not available there, you can reach out to me. Oh, Bashful Blue. Yes, yes, yes. You guys are coming in with some guesses now. That's good. But yes, nobody guessed the boho. Of course. We're going to do our sneaky technique where we are giving our punched shape a border by cutting a second punched image in half and just giving a little outline there. You guys are good though. It is tough to unscramble the brain, especially with you guys. I know you've been stamping a while as well. I've been stamping now for Stampin' Up! For 18 years as a demonstrator as of this past May. So that's a lot of colors that are in this noggin, but you know what? Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, to look at a color and know the exact color that it is included, or when it was included in our in colors or even as core colors, because sometimes they change those too. This one I wanted lots of dimensions, so I put a single dimensional on the side that is going on top of this rectangle that's already dimensionalized, and then I put a double dimensional on the other side because I'm feeling crazy like that. And I'm just going to lay that over just like this. Final finishing touches for this card are to put on 3 little gems. I initially put them actually onto the designer series paper, and then they disappeared completely. So I figured, well, I better put them onto the white so that they're actually noticeable. Here we go. So pretty, right? I just love this card, and with the white on white, it just is, to me, the perfect ode to the natural look of this designer series paper with the botanicals, but it makes it just, I think, a little bit more calm. So of course I encourage you to do all kinds of coloring. Priscilla last Priscilla, you're cracking me up. She says, I blame all the drinks. Yes, you guys are loaded from our drinking game. Yeah, you should have had 4 drinks already, right? Oh, you're so funny. Okay, where do these products come from? Well, most of these are online exclusives, to be honest, but we do have this labeled with love tag, and that's how we got this little border, is just by punching it twice and then cutting the black one in half and putting it just a little bit offset on either side. Also, the rest of it is all from online exclusives. So I'll tell you the names of things. And then for those of you who are on my newsletter list, you will get an email tomorrow or later tonight, depending on how productive I am after this. But you'll get an email with the supply list as well. So we've got the mixed florals, which have a die pack as well, which has, oh, there it is, the mixed florals die pack. And those are bundle and save 10%. Then you can get the coordinating designer series paper, which features all those gorgeous florals. Oh, I should show you too. This case doesn't do it justice. Look at how big those images are. I just am obsessed with this big tulip one here. I just think it's so pretty. Like it's like the size of bigger than the palm of my hand. So lots of options to have that creeping in the side, featured in a rectangle, using just a little tiny bit of it. Yeah, lots of versatility there. And then, of course, our saying sets: unbounded love, love and strength, wonderful thoughts, and beautiful motifs. The embellishments that we used are the strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems. And they also have a clear version that has the gold speckles in them too. So all of them have the gold speckles. We've got the strawberry slush and pretty in pink. So strawberry slush, pretty in pink, and then a clear version of the gem. There you go. We're on to our last card. And you guys, I'm so excited about this card. You're going to look at it and think like, ooh, what is this? What's happening here? That is because we have a secondary envelope. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down here with what's going on with this card that makes it special? You have to dump out all those little things. Well, you will have also received a little container that looks like this, which has some little loose shaker elements in there. And these are so pretty. I'll show you this. This is leftover from the second set that I used to fill all of the kits. Yeah, Michelle, shake her card. Good job. Michelle's over there, and she's still sharp as a tack here. Okay, so I'm going to fold my cardstock base. I know I haven't shown you the card yet. I'm so excited to show you this card, but I'm also, I want to keep it going for as long as I can. This cardstock base is going to have this little piece go over the top in this cello bag. Does this cello bag look like fun or what? It is from a new online offering, and it's called the Iridescent Treat Bags. They come with 20 in a pack, and they are maybe 4 inches, 4 inches wide by 6 inches long. So you can put all kinds of cute little treats in them. But when I saw these, I instantly thought, shaker card. And here is the card that we're going to be making. So when you make a shaker card like this, you can use even our clear envelopes that I've included in your projects. But this one I think adds even more fun, because then you get this color over top of the bubble bath pink color. Okay, so how do we make this card? I'm going to show you a few different things. We can stamp on this piece of paper, and that can add even more interest. I didn't do that here, but I'm going to show you on my project today that you can do that. So I'm using this brand new, well, with the annual catalog, I guess, brand new stamp set called Extraordinary Flora. And this one has a coordinating die, and I just love this. I'm so excited about this, and I think it's brilliant. So this big bunch of florals is actually one stamp, and then this die cuts out all of those florals just perfectly. But what makes this absolutely next level is that they have come out with a coordinating washi tape. You guys, seriously. Did you see this in the catalog? I sure hope you did. It's been sold out quite a few times, and I think it's actually not available right now. But this washi tape is sticky, and it includes the images already watercolored, looking so pretty, and all ready to go, so that what you can do is put it onto anything. You can put it onto white paper, and then you can use the die and cut out all of these gorgeous watercolored flowers. And then if you want to do something different, you can put it on black paper and give it a really dramatic look, almost like it's kind of glowing in the midnight moonlight. And you can cut that out, so you can see the difference between the two of those. When you're applying it onto the paper, you might not get the full effect of the color underneath unless you really burnish it with a bone folder. So that's my tip for you. But you can cut those out with the dies. What I did for the images that I've included for you is actually put it onto this iridescent envelope. So I cut open some envelopes, so the sides, and then stretch them out, and then I put this washi tape going along. Just imagine it cut out so it's a big long rectangle, right? But I put it on there and then cut it out using that. So you can see that's the background there. You can also use window sheets. So if you didn't want to have any extra color, you could put it onto one of our clear envelopes. You could put it onto our window sheets, which are a little bit more firm. And then another way that you can use it is by not putting it onto anything at all. You can actually just kind of stick it onto your cutting plate that you're going to put in through your big boss, or you can even use this for the mini boss too, because it's narrow enough to fit in through the opening. So you could actually stick it right on to your cutting plate, cut it out, and then these would end up as stickers. They wouldn't have like a backing that would make it rigid. They would still be a sticker. And so when you're getting this started, you might have to peel back a little bit because the repeating pattern might not have ended up exactly where your dies will cut. So just what I've been doing is kind of just trimming just like this, so that we can have each die cut out a full sheet of the floral. So the die is cutting out every single floral as a part of that die. Isn't that amazing? Oh my gosh, game changer. Oh, another thing that I saw was a person did the stamping, did the washi tape onto a cardstock. You can go any color. I just did the extremes of white and black, but imagine it on green, imagine it on purple, right? But this stamp works perfectly with this washi tape. You can stamp using Versamark ink, which is a clear sticky ink, and then you could emboss with a metallic or even a black. So imagine gold, and you'll get the gold outline around all of these beautiful images. So you guys, like, add this to your cart as soon as you can. And if it's not available on the online store, make sure you click into that product. And then there's now actually a place where you can put your email. And so when you put in your email, then Stampin' Up! Will notify you as soon as it's back in the warehouse. And you guys, when that washi tape comes back, I'm telling you, submit your order. So if you want, you can even have your cart kind of with things loaded already with it. And then when that washi tape comes back, click on the link in that email. It'll take you to your cart, add that washi tape, and then check out and just get those products before they're gone, because holy moly, they've been selling out. Okay, so that's like an in-depth dive. Sorry about that. I knew I was going to get to that. What I actually wanted to do though is I use this as a repeating pattern. So I'm going to use Versamark ink. So I'm just getting a subtle tone on tone, and I'm going to take this beautiful big stamp with all those different images, and I'm going to put a background stamp onto my piece of cardstock that's going to go into the middle of my shaker card. So I've got my Versamark here ready to go. I've got my smaller rectangle, not my cardstock base, but my smaller rectangle. And oh, I lost 2 lights actually when that thing flickered out. I get to use the big block. I love the big block. Okay. Ooh, there we go. So with this, I'm actually going to sneak in some paper here underneath, just so I don't have to do a big cleanup job on my glass mat here. So Versamark will give a tone on tone look. It's a little bit more subtle. You could use any color of ink. The matching color to this would be the Bubble Bath. You can also do Fresh Freesia. That would be another coordinating color. So I'm just doing it on half. Oh, it's really subtle, isn't it? I don't know if that's going to show up just because it's not even going to show up on camera. Okay, I have my Fresh Freesia ink. I'm just going to do it with Fresh Freesia. So flip that over. So amazing that cardstock comes with 2 sides. Hey, how handy is that? There we go. Fresh Freesia. This is going to show up a little bit more. This is not the coordinating color to the paper. It's a little bit darker. Oh, my family must have just come back from a walk. I can hear my dog has the zoomies upstairs. She's just ripping back and forth. Oh yeah, that's going to be a little bit more noticeable. Big difference, hey? oh, it's so pretty. Even just this part of the stamped image. So nice. I really am so excited to show you this month. Every month I kind of monitor the inventories and showcase products that, of course, people can purchase, because that's kind of like the whole point of showing things, is having people fall in love with stuff and then want to like feel inspired to create with it on their own and have it in their collection. So I'm going to just put this into its little bag here. It might be a little bit of a tight fit. I cut the piece of paper down a little bit, but it is a little bit of a tight fit there. And then we're going to put in some shakers. So you can put in the entire amount that I gave you. This is the leftovers from a few things of the containers that I filled up for you guys. So the containers are not the item code. If you're wanting to reorder these, the containers that I was using was a different product. Pretty much guaranteed to be a different product than this one. Okay, I'm just going to put a few in there, but you can put all of them in that I've included for you. There's really fun little different pieces for this. There's some like kind of confetti pieces, and then there's these iridescent little tubes, which are really fun too. Okay, so when I'm sealing this up, I'm going to actually use my tear and tape, and I'm going to wrap it almost like a present. Where's the end? There we go. So tear and tape. Yeah, that's really fun. It adds a lot, I think, to have those stamped flowers on there. I'm going to kind of do a side piece that goes in diagonally. And then I can take off the backing there, which will help to hold everything else in place too. Because the next thing I'm going to do is fold this part over and put another little strip here of our tear and tape. I'm going to hold this entire rectangle on with some tear and tape just because I've got it out, and it will hold it very nicely. I'm going to put a little bit more over here too, just to hold it nicely in the corners. Oh, I love a shaker card, and these new little baggies are just so much fun. There we go. Yes, the Stampin' Up! Instagram, you're right, Michelle, is such an inspiring place to hang out. So if you haven't already, make sure you follow, well, I hope you follow me too, but follow Stampin' Up! On Instagram, and they showcase all different kinds of things. Oh, that's so cute, isn't it? Isn't it great? So you might notice on mine, there's a little bit of something more. Did you catch these in the catalog? We have metallic rub-ons, you guys. This is not a drill. This is reality. And do I have them here? No. I might have to run and grab them because... How did I not gather those? Oh no, I do have them. I do. Yay, hooray. Okay, so these come in a whole bunch of different designs, and they have sheets of gold and sheets of silver included in each pack. I used up all the gold for the pack that I had opened. I have another one here, but there's surprisingly so many in there. It's called Metallic Textures Rub-Ons. If you search rub-ons, you will have them come up, and they will come in a pack with 2 sheets each of 2 designs in each silver and gold. So this is half of a pack, what you're seeing here. This is the silver part, and you can see you get the same sheets here and the same sheets here, and then you'll have another 4 more sheets included in that pack. So really there's a lot to work with. You might have to work, be creative about what you have here. So some of these, these little ones here, you could maybe even cut them into half and put half on the top, half of the bottom. This line here is what I used, and I used half on the top and then half on the bottom. I guess almost like a third on the top and 2/3 on the bottom would be more mathematically correct. Same thing here with this wood grain. You can maybe have a little bit coming that way, maybe put it a little bit coming that way on the bottom with these big splatters. I have these little leaves here. Whoops. So these little leaves, and so I'm going to actually have them coming out of the top and the bottom here like this. So let me show you how these work. You'll need a bone folder or something to really burnish the paper. I like the bone folder because it's a firm edge, but it's a rounded edge. If you're using scissors, you might end up tearing this cellophane bag, so just be careful with that. But when you're putting the rub-ons on, they're a really unique product. So you're going to peel back this part here. It's got like, it's a waxy kind of surface on this side, almost like wax paper. And then this is the acetate. What you're going to do is put it exactly where you want it and then burnish over the top. And when you do that, kind of similar to like a kid's tattoo, just no moisture required, you're going to peel it back, and then ta-da, your rub-on will remain on top of the cellophane. And you can put these rub-ons over anything. Cardstock, cellophane like this. You could put it over designer series paper. That would look gorgeous too. What else could you do? I mean, there's just so many ways that you can use these. I just think they're so pretty. So when you peel it back, you'll see that there's still like a lot of this silver kind of color on the back side here, but where you could see through, that part has been transferred onto the card. Can you guys see that there? So pretty, hey? Now, one thing I didn't test first is how much of this is going to be covered, but that's okay. It's still really visible, so that's going to be good. I cut this into flags. I don't know if that's enhancing or even visible. It might be good just even as a rectangle. And then with the ribbon over the top, this is another brand new online exclusive, actually a part of a Halloween suite. Let's see here. So those two, and snip it in the middle. If you want to go in half first and then do it angled, you can do that, but I'm just going to go fast here and put that onto the card. Oh, that's so cute. So I did it as just a little cross, and I'm using my adhesive of choice. I'm actually kind of all over the place with my adhesives tonight, hey? I'm using a lot of Tombow. I'm using a lot of tear and tape, but I like putting the tear and tape onto this glimmer paper because it seems to stick a little bit better. Just make sure you're putting it where your tag will cover, right? And then this can go on to our cardstock, or sorry, our cellophane shaker bag. Maybe you've got it with a fishtail there too. I don't know. I just wasn't sure if that was super visible. You can definitely do it, or you can leave it as a rectangle, just like what I did. Put that into the middle. And then we have some stamping to do. Another one of my new favorite stamp sets, because it's just so different and fun, is it's not 29 anymore. So last month I used, I don't know about you, but I feel like you're not 29 anymore. This one I used, let's get this party started so I can be home by 9. You could put older but not wiser, older but still cool. Free cake, I mean. These other ones might not fit, but this one might be fun. It's all fun and games until your metabolism slows down. Like, oh yeah, absolutely. I think I might do this older but not wiser, because that seems really fun. And I'm going to do a technique that I've shown you before, but I hope that you remember, and that is that you can actually turn any ink, so I'm going to use fresh freesia ink, for example, any ink into a clear, like a base for clear embossing powder. So let's see here. Not Wiser and Older But. There we go. So I'm going to stamp this. I might have to do this in 2 parts just because I have to be so fast. Is this going to fit? Yes, just. So I'm going to grab my embossing powder. This is the clear embossing powder. And I'm going to stamp with my fresh freesia ink. This is coordinating with that ribbon color. So Older But, and I am going to have to do this in 2 parts, I think, just because when we're using an ink like Versamark to heat emboss, the Versamark stays juicy for a long time. It stays wet for a long time, but you have to work really, really fast if you're using our water-based inks. And we love our water-based inks because they dry fast, right? Because you can stamp and then you can handle that layer right away. But with heat embossing, it just means that it speeds up the process a little bit. So I just wanted to have a little bit of shine to kind of do a throwback to the shaker card behind it with all of that iridescent and all the fun. So Older But Not Wiser. And it's a little bit curved. I just have to flatten that out. There we go. So just quickly getting it right into that clear embossing powder. And then heat embossing it. My favorite technique. Okay, so now I got to put this away so I don't get the powder everywhere. And I'm going to use some dimensionals to put this together. Surprise, surprise, right? I did use a lot of tear and tape on this card though, didn't I? So I am putting the tear and tape on here, but I'm using it just like a tape. I'm going to put the dimensionals over top and lift this up just because I want extra dimension. And I'm going to put 4 on there because I'm feeling crazy like that. Now you guys might be wondering about the flowers. I'm going to tuck those around in a minute here. And everyone's going to have a different selection of flowers. So you'll have to just kind of piece them together in a way that works well for you. I think I have to put this onto my card just because I'm working with some flowers that are already on there, right? You can put these on with dimensionals on the back side if you want. They won't really show through, even though it is kind of like vellum. It almost looks like vellum, doesn't it? Oh, look at this. I haven't written anything down on my list for a long time. That must mean that either I've lost my mind and I don't even know what I need to do anymore, or I really have my life together. Which one do you think it is? I'm not confident either way. I'm going to use a glue dot to actually hold on this little sprig here. I hope it means that I've got my life together. I have a very jam-packed trip, and so while I'm away, I will not be very available, even with the internet and everything as well. So if you have a question, please, please, please just reach out as soon as you can, but maybe don't expect an answer back right away. Maybe, you know, assume that I'm going to be at least 24 hours for a response while I'm away. If you want to order, you can place an order on my website on your own, of course. You can always do that. Where it kind of evens out is at $100. Then you're not paying a premium for shipping. Otherwise, you're paying a minimum shipping charge of $11.95. And then when it goes to $100, then it kind of evens out a little bit. But if you want to be in on the group order, just let me know by August 25th. So what I'm planning on doing, is that the right date? August 23rd, maybe, I think is the date. August 23rd. And then I will place the group order and it will be available for pickup from my house in September, which is so weird to say, isn't it? Okay, let's go to our annual catalog. Oh, I'm so glad that you like them, Michelle. Oh, thank you. I'll say hi to Merida and the cows. Yes, absolutely. From the annual catalog, this Extraordinary Flora bundle is the one that you're going to want to get. So bundle and save 10% by purchasing the stamp set and the dies together. And then make sure you add on the washi tape, which is a standalone product number. So you have to get the two of them together. This can work on its own as well. It would be beautiful as a, you know, background, but I think the real benefit comes from having those dies and being able to cut those out. And then the next level, of course, is stamping over top of the washi tape and embossing it with some sort of heat embossing powder, like maybe black or gold or silver, and really upping that. We have the heartfelt hexagon punch that we used for this saying. We used, well, I think the Extraordinary washi tape there again. I wanted to showcase, there's a few items in our annual catalog that would work well for a shaker card. So the loose gold sequins and the frosted dots. But the ones that I used are actually an online exclusive. So those ones are called, just so you get the name totally proper, Loose Shaker Elements. And you'll just take a look at the picture and you're going to see all those little circles and stars and also the little iridescent tubes too. The other items are online exclusives. So let me show you what they are. We've got this fabulous new ribbon. This is, this is actually Petunia Pop. Oh my, forgive me. I thought it was Fresh Freesia, but it's Petunia Pop and in color. And we call this iridescent ribbon. It's got this like sparkly iridescent woven piece on the one side. And then, actually it's showing up on both sides. I thought it was just on the one side. Oh, that's awesome. What else? Oh, yes, those fabulous rub-ons. These ones are called metallic textured rub-ons. They come in the silver and the gold, all in one pack, ready to roll. And, glimmer paper. This, I think, might be in the annual catalog, actually. It's called Pastel Ombre Glimmer. You've got 3 different color schemes. So the camera's not playing tricks. It is lighter, like peachy on this side, and then like a darker purple on this side. And on this one here, you can see it's like a little bit more of like the pool party going to like a coastal cabana kind of on this side. And then we've got one that's like yellows and greens. So again, starting off very, very yellow in tone, like lemon lolly, going into even more of like, what's that one called now? Lemon lime twist. And then I think almost to like a granny apple green on the other side there too. So now is one of my most important parts, which is, can you write in, tell me, what card do you like the best tonight? Were you inspired by the travel of that kit for the bonus card? Maybe you like the message and the simplicity and the gold for this Kitsuki and you like that little fold. Maybe you like just a fantastic, simple layout some white on white, and a really bold pattern paper. Or maybe you are all about the shakers and you just can't get enough of all the sparkle and the iridescence and shimmer and glimmer and these beautiful florals. Oh, Kentucky card is your favorite. Oh, I'm so happy. I know, I love that bookbinding fold. It's just one of the most satisfying things to cut and to put together. And I think that this little pop out is just next level. Oh, I'm so glad. What do you guys think that my favorite card is? They're all like my babies. I have to go with the shaker card though, because this, even though I don't normally gravitate towards pink, this is just outrageously pink and so much fun. So I am really, really grateful that you were able to join me tonight. I'm just trying to get back to my face here. Ah, there we go. So good to see you. Thank you for joining and for stamping along. If you don't have your projects, just reach out. I can send them anywhere in Canada. And if you're outside of Canada, I'm sorry I can't send to you, but I hope that this video inspired you to craft and to use some items in your collection as well. So again, thank you for being a part of this fun experience, for being excited about my trip with me. I'm sorry if I bored you silly with it, but I'm grateful to have you in my community, and I hope to stamp again with you very, very soon.